डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Hello friends. Today we are going to discuss about the paper 3 of Journalism and Mass Communication Masters Program, Media Occupations and its Functions. In the last session, we discussed about the Unit 7, which was about feature magazines and printing. In the last topic or last lecture, we were discussing about the magazines and how to take interview. So let us have a look on what things we covered in the last topic, and then we shall continue further. So we were discussing about how to get the most from an interview. We had different points which we discussed for interview as well. Then we talked about snapshots of various magazines, famous magazines, where we talked about Playboy, we talked about India Today, we talked about Outlook, we talked about the Garwa, a journal of politics and culture, we talked about National Geographic, we talked about the different kind of topics that are covered in these kind of media. Now let us continue further with what we were discussing in magazines. Specialization in magazine journalism. Why specialization is important when we talk about specialization in magazine? It is different topics or categories we talk about. In general, there are 3 categories in magazines. One is consumer, trade, and organization. A consumer magazine is what comes to mind most readily for the most people when the term magazine is mentioned. Consumer magazines are on newsstands and in grocery store aisles everywhere. They can be bought as single issues or by subscription, and they are marketed like any other product, using advertisements and special promotions. There are actually fewer consumer magazines than any other type, but the consumer magazines generally have the largest audiences. Consumer magazines can be broken down in a large variety of specialized categories such as men's magazines, women's magazines, entertainment, religion, politics, general interest, and so forth. A trade magazine specializes in business, in particular business, so its content is focused on job-related activities or its readers which have specific kind of occupations. Many of these magazines are provided at no cost to be controlled audience, because trade magazines are able to deliver a highly desirable audience to advertisers. They are able to charge highly advertising rates as well. Organization magazines can be divided into 3 categories, that is association and public and society, public relations, and customs. The association and society magazines are often provided as a part of membership. The purpose of these magazines is mainly to enhance organization. They can provide unity and a forum to discuss issues and to draw members closer to one another. Like a religion magazine, association and society magazines may carry advertisements, and they may also be sold through reader subscriptions, which may be incorporated into membership as well. So the same thing is talked about in the PPT, that how organization and how the magazines are discussed, how they are used, right? Regardless, the basic purpose of these publications is to still enhance their organization rather than making a profit. Organizations and companies publish public relation magazines for self-promotion, and they may each have more than one such magazine to do this. For example, an internal publication may target the employees of a company to keep them abreast of the progress of the company and help them to feel a part of it. While an external publication may target the same company's clients to explain how the company works and to provide a better understanding of the company's philosophy or a mission. Traditionally, these magazines do not have advertisements. They are provided at no cost to the readers. The third type of organization magazines is the custom or sponsored magazine, where there is some kind of sponsorship. A client may receive a magazine of this type as a result of purchasing a particular product or using a particular service. Typically, custom magazines are provided free of charge, but they may be also sold on newsstands and through subscriptions also. The most lucrative over the years have been the consumer magazines. In Indian context, General interest will done quite well during their heydays but are struggling now. The specialized magazines are of all sorts, and as a nice product, some of them continue to do well. The specialized categories cover themes like lifestyle, food, travel, women issues, arts and culture, business and finance, sports, health and science, pop culture, music, and fashion, among the others. Brand, loyal, and nice magazines, if we talk about, they are the different kind of categories we say. Here is just a glimpse of what we discussed, the three types of organization, how these magazines are working. Now, if we talk about brand and loyalty, nice magazines. What is brand? What is nice magazines? Now, magazines or any print publication, even in these days, ephemeral days have been loyalty among readers than online publications. Nice magazines are proliferating, but it is difficult to ascertain why. For one, there does not appear to be a regular readership for the publication to sustain on subscription revenue. As is often the case, opportunities for and threats to a business is often the same beast wearing a different mask. Nice magazines' readerships are frequently small but very loyal readers are there. This can be abnormally for marketers and those buying advertising space. A great challenge is to get agencies, media, and buyers and clients to understand the qualitative readership is more valuable in today's world than quantitative, according to URS Honegger, CEO of Panorama Publication. He says this. That said, selling advertising space isn't the only struggle against mainstream publications. Space on the newsstand also poses a test. By default, nice magazines have smaller circulations and are therefore not able to compete with consumer magazines on the newsstand. A very large part of reading public is never exposed to variety of excellent nice magazines that exist. That is the harsh reality in most markets. Now in the digital world, nice magazines are highly successful format with accessibility for the consumers and distributors for magazines and attracts a high engagement. Brand building for a good quality online nice magazines is easier to do than for the general ones which vice in overcrowded space. The underlying fact is that the nice magazines can be a huge success if it can be flaunt on expertise in the segment. Interestingly, it is very much easier for nice magazines, usually run as a tight ship, to ride out the recession storm than big circulation newspapers or magazines. During the peak of the previous years of 2009, when the global economy was on the verge of collapse and circulation figures of magazines in the UK were generally down, Charlotte Filby, a writer for the Independent newspaper in Britain, discovered what she called a wave of emerging titles that were bucking the trend and drawn readers in more closely defined niches of interest. The only thing holding one back from launching a new magazine or some kind of new print media or growing one's existing brand into more popularity is the increasing cost of the paper needed to be printed. The cost of paper is so minuscule compared to the cost of reinventing a brand for an increasingly digital savvy and enhance and investing it in. The common strand with these and all the other magazines is they aren't the multi-million glittery launches of the world. They are appealing to a smaller, highly engaged but oftenly commercially sweet audience. And so their profitability, their chance of success is little more brighter to compare to others. So the magazine industry isn't dead. It is different budgets with never be what they once were because advertising is also different. Media spend was once clearly defined and split between TV, print, and commercial radio. But now it's split across so many distributions channels like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google, TV, digital TV, radio, bloggers, vloggers. It's a bloody battle at secure descent and revenue. So they are very much interested in generating revenue. Now, the points we discussed regarding this, let us see in the PPT as well. So what happens is that revenue generation has become important rather compared to what the magazines are wanting, what it is to be read, how the audience or readers want to read it. I have given the glimpse in the PPT for the same, which you can just have a look, right? This is all about the common trends and the print media and commercial radio we discussed. Now let us talk about the magazine journalism on the web. What is web? That is online magazines, how these online magazines are going to work, how these are going to help us. So general magazines, when we talk about, they are in print format, and the print format look like a dead proposition these days. We are not interested in printing material. Digital technology has been a critical point in the history of magazine journalism in the area of distribution and accessibility. As the internet became the new distributor for journalism, innovation in media too was the driving force. Just it was in the tech. The person who led the way was Martin Clark, the mastermind behind mailonline.com, which was launched in 2003 by the publishers of the Daily Mail. Till Clark became editor in 2008, the online version of the magazine extended the version in its newspapers also. After Clark, Mail Online took an avatar of the entertainment magazine with the regular Daily Mail news as added focus rather than the main one. Clark splashed a big dab of showbiz and celebrity centric journalism, which was lapped by the hungry audience, and not only in UK, but also in US and rest of the world. It also aggregated news from around the world, especially the news that would range from human interest to bizarre. It has built quite a reputation for being to go to site for the news, entertaining and frivolous news, the viral kind. The Mail Online's showbiz section became renowned as the sidebar of the shame and what it known in tabloid journalism as a guilty pleasure. Though it is a replicable model, Mail Online enjoys all the advantages that goes with being the most first mover. On the other hand of the spectrum, there are serious news content magazines like The New Yorker and Closer Home. In India, the Karwa, an online and print magazine, which are known for the in-depth stories. These magazines have successfully created paywalls with the consumers interested in serious content willing to cough up to the subscription. So friends, we discussed about the different kinds of web magazines also. We shall discuss about more web magazines in the next session. Today what we discussed was mainly about the magazines, what kind of specializations are there in the magazines, what kind of special categories are there in the magazines, and what kind of international magazines, national magazines are there, how they are written, what kind of web magazines are there. We shall discuss in detail more about the web magazines in the next session. See you soon. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
स्वाध्यायः परः